Hello and welcome to Money Markets and More with me, Dominic Frisby, coming to you today from somewhere in Birmingham city centre. I'm not exactly sure where. It's not the most beautiful part of the world compared to some of the places I've done these walks from. But I don't know, the lighting's quite good. I thought it would be it feels a bit like the Long Good Friday. I feel like I'm on the set of the Long Good Friday. But anyway, later this week I'm going to be posting my predictions for 2023. But I wanted today to revisit my predictions for 2022 and see how I got on. It's more an exercise in entertainment, I suppose, than anything else, because in case you needed reminding, risk management changes. And so do forecasts. Everything changes as events unfold. As Mr. Keynes once said, when the facts change, I change my mind. What do you do? So when you leap back a year and there's stuff that's wildly out, and I have egg on my face because, for example, a certain man ordered the invasion of a certain country and that threw things off rather, by all means, chortle at my expense, but don't think I didn't revise my opinions. You'll watch this channel, you know that I did. Anyway, that's the excuses over and done with. The reminder of the rules: I get 2 points for a direct hit, 1 point for close but not a bullseye, 0 for a miss, and -1 for a howler. And there were 14 predictions in total, and the first was a humdinger of a howler. My view was that because of the scalability of tech, the Nasdaq would continue its relentless march higher and we'd see 19,000. The opposite happened. Tech gave back all its post-COVID gains and I got -1. Prediction 2, I'm being heckled by seagulls, was that Brent oil, which began the year at $77, would revisit $100. We hit that target in March and some. 2 points. So we go to prediction 3, and that was that the US dollar would start the year weak. They would find support at 95 on the US dollar index, and it would go higher later in the year. And one of the things I said was that longer term, the US dollar looks like it can go a lot higher. And support did prove to be 95, and it did go a lot higher. 2 points. Prediction 4 was for gold, which began the year at 1825, that it would go north of 2,000. It went to 2,080 and then it went down. 2 points. Prediction 5 was for the S&P 500 to go to 5,000. Wrong. Bear market, -1. Prediction 6 was that the market cap of crypto would go above $3 trillion. And the year started quite well, but no, -1. Prediction 7 was that 2 other nations would follow El Salvador's lead and adopt Bitcoin as legal tender. Just the one did, the Central African Republic, back in April. 0 points. Prediction 8 was that copper would go above $5 a pound. It did, but for one day in March. Technically it's a 2-pointer, but I'm only going to give myself 1 because it had such a horrible bear market later in the year and I didn't see that coming. Prediction 9 was for house prices in the UK to continue their inexorable march higher. Amazingly, house prices have marched higher. Average UK house prices increased by 12.6% over the year to October 2022, said the ONS. That's going to come down as the data for the last part of the year comes in. I'll give myself a point. Maybe I should give myself 2, but I'm only going to give myself 1. The backdrop for house prices is looking shakier than it's looked in a long time. Prediction 10 was that the pound would get to €1.24. It got to €1.21. That was the high, and it ended the year lower than when it started, so 0 points. Prediction 11 was that silver would disappoint, as always. It can't get above $30. You can always depend on silver. It always disappoints, and it disappointed, as always. $27 or just nigh was the high. 2 points. And so to prediction 12, which was that, to everyone's surprise, Boris would still be Prime Minister. Well, we've had 2 Prime Ministers since then. Prime Ministers are like buses. That's a big... Prediction 13, your Brucey bonus sports prediction, was that Man City would win the league and that Watford, Norwich and Burnley all go down. A bullseye, sir. This year's league table is going to be much harder to get right, by the way. And finally, my prediction 14, and that was based on my own instincts, not data or science. It was that peak COVID has now passed and that something akin to free movement can slowly return. It looks obvious now. It wasn't then. I lost Christmas last year to COVID. So there we go. Now, to the score, the maximum possible would have been 28 points, the minimum -8, both so extremely unlikely as to be almost impossible. And I've got a middle-of-the-road, deeply mediocre 11. Could do better, as my school teachers so often used to say. Happy New Year, everyone. I hope you have a great 2023 and that prosperity makes a welcome return to our portfolios. And as I said earlier, I'll be doing my New Year's predictions for 2023 later in the week. And make your #1 resolution for 2023 to listen to Kisses on a Postcard. And if you're interested in protecting your wealth in these extraordinary times, then be sure to own some gold bullion. My current recommended dealer is the Pure Gold Company, whether you're taking delivery or storing online. Premiums are low, quality of service is high, you get to speak to a human being, and I have an affiliation deal with them. And if you're interested in learning more, I will put a link in the description below. Thank you very much for watching. Happy New Year, and I'll be back with another video very soon. Please subscribe to the channel and please subscribe to my Substack.